Oh man, good vibes and good memories all round. Now, if you're looking for a mouth-watering African recipe to celebrate Africa Month with, then you're at the right place because we're introducing you to the BWELL African Peanut and Leafy Green Stew. This is from their free downloadable immunity cookbook. And this particular dish is packed with protein and flavor, and it's a recipe that feeds both the stomach and the soul. And who else than Nicole Snelling in the kitchen to show us how to do it. I'm very excited, and I've been very impressed with how we've been incorporating leafy greens into our recipes very recently. And I'm looking at
standard, you know.
Yeah, looking at that bowl now, I'm just yes, more of that, please. Loving the recipe, because let's get started.
So we just heated up a pan over here. So I'm going to add some of the BWELL canola oil over here. I'm going to add that in with some onions. And we're going to fry this off. Pan is not as hot as I wanted it to be, but it's going to get there.
That's all right.
It's going to get
I like to start like that, because my mise en place is a bit shady. I need to work on that a bit more. So by the time I get the onions in my pot or my pan, it's still cold, and then I start it so that I can chop the rest of the vegetables and whatever it is that I need. That's
so how I do it is, like, when I'm busy cooking and stuff, when I get my pan going first, and then I start chopping my onions, and then I just start throwing it in as you go. And then it's all about just monitoring your heat.
Yes.
You know, sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm not actually going to have the garlic chopped in time. Turn it off and get back to it later.
I never thought of it. And it seems like the most simple thing, but I never thought of it. Just
well, how do you think I get all these things done every day?
All right, so we've just clearly the pan's going now.
Yeah, so we've got the onions in here. We're going to add some garlic. So we pop that in. With our leafy greens, we want to fry that up. But before you add your greens, we're going to add our spices, which we've got a little bit of chili. We've got some cumin and coriander. I always say that cumin and coriander are best friends. They always go together. We're going to fry that off beautifully just till you start. Exactly. So you smelt that. So you smelt the spices. Now you know that that's ready for your next step.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Good.
So then you're going to add some tomatoes. I've just diced up tomatoes. If you've got a canned tomato, you're more than welcome to add that in. Fresh tomato, baby tomatoes, whatever you want to add in. Just cut them up.
I'm so happy that you're giving these tidbits of very important information, because for me, one of my problems, like for instance, when I'm making stews, I always second-guess myself as to when is the right time to add which ingredient. And now you're saying, like, for instance, if I've got my onions going over there and I've got my garlic and my spice that I put in there, as soon as I can smell it, it means that the flavor of the spice has been activated. We're good to go. Because now you want all the other food that you're going to add to it to really absorb the maximum amount of that flavor.
So, like, us as chefs, like, we always try and explain to people that it's all about the senses. You know, when you're smelling, when you listen to your pan, smell it, touch and feel your ingredients, feel if it's fresh, smell if it's fresh. It's all part of the cooking process. Excellent. And I feel like people miss out on that. They just see. They're like, oh, does that look right? I don't know. Listen to your pan. If it's screaming at you, oh, it's way too hot. If it's not even if it's not even whispering at you, you know it's too cold.
Okay, so there we go.
We might sound a bit loony as chefs, but you know, it's all part of the process. So we've just added some kale and you pointed out some Swiss chard this morning. You're 100% correct.
Brilliant.
If you're growing some beautiful beetroots in your garden at home, use those leaves. If you're growing pumpkins, it's pumpkin season now. Use those leaves. It's all edible. And that is a very traditional African ingredient, is those leafy greens from your vegetables.
That's incredible. I never thought about it that way as well. So you could go all green with this, and the greener the better.
Exactly, and nothing goes to waste. Absolutely nothing.
Love that.
So just adding a little bit of water to help bring the sauce together. So we're just adding that, and it also helps the spinach and the kale to soften a little bit.
Excellent stuff.
Then we're going to add our peanut butter. That is our very African ingredient.
Inspired, like we did yesterday.
Yeah.
So great to see that it's such a versatile ingredient. We can use it in so many things.
Not just on your sandwich.
There we go.
So you're just going to pop that in. And we are just giving it a nice toss. The heat melts peanut butter beautifully. So, you know, it looks like quite hard and stodgy, but it's not. Once it hits the heat, it comes together and it makes it super creamy.
Wonderful. Good stuff, good stuff.
And then what I've done to finish this off, you let this cook for 15 to 20 minutes till it's nice and softened. As you can see, it goes darker in color. And I'm just going to season it with salt and pepper. Don't ever forget your salt and pepper.
All right. There we go.
There we go.
Loving it.
And then I'm actually going to serve this with pap for everyone, so I've got the pap going.
Hey, batung.
Yes.
Hey, batung. Makoti.
Mama
Hey.
Sina would kill me now because I'm actually mixing it with a wooden spoon. She says, once it's in, you must never touch it with the spoon.
Leave it.
Just leave it.
There we go.
So
Listen, I heard you yesterday saying that you're learning Xhosa, right?
Yes,
But I also, because we're celebrating Africa Month, I want to infuse some Setswana into your vocab as well. So maybe you could just expand a little bit. So this morning, I want to teach you to say, Dumela abuti.
Dumela ambunti.
Abuti.
Abunti.
Abuti.
Abunti.
Close enough. Dumela abuti. Now I'd say Dumela khaitsedi. That means like, good morning, brother. Good morning, sister.
Okay.
You know? It's soon enough.
Soon. I'm learning. So banana. See you soon.
So banana. Listen, I'm very, very impressed with what you're doing. That's absolutely amazing. And so is this recipe. Super easy, super delicious. You can find it on our website, expressoshow.com. Thank you very much, Nicole.
Thank you, Kat.